used by the 6 banks at all. Plain and
Wow.
simple.
That kind of sounds like the old bait and switch program.
Yes, it is. You pull your Credit Karma. I'll give you an example. This woman was at 710 on her Credit Karma, came to my office and said, I would like to have a loan with this. How can you help me? I said, well, that one is not the report that the bank will use. So let's get your Equifax your credit report. And the Equifax had 40 points different with the
Wow.
Credit Karma. She had showed up for a loan somewhere else. They would have gave her a loan, but people need it now. So they don't care what their score is, they need the loan. And instead of having a loan that will be a 4% interest rate, they will be paying 8, 9, 10, and 12 because their credit score is so low. And the reason they do that, if a credit score is low, the creditor sees it as a risk. That's why it's so important to have that score way up there so they see that you're responsible and you take care of your finance.
Okay, so get on top of it and stay on top of it.
Always. If you let your kid go and do what he wants, he becomes a delinquent, no? So your credit report does the same. You got to slap it and keep it in line to have your lifestyle that you want. The credit report controls your lifestyle. You look at people that are taking care of their credit report, that means they have a budget, they do everything online that they're supposed to, and they have a better lifestyle at the end of the day.
Okay. All right. So it's not like, you know, every year your credit score gets wiped out and you get to start over for the new year. So all the stuff that's in my credit score is there. How can I see what they're looking at me for and how they're judging what my score should be?
If you notice, there's something called a hard pull and a soft pull. You will look at your credit report and you will see everybody that's pulling your credit score. And that is called a soft pull. It could be BMO. You have a credit card with TD. TD will be checking how you're doing with your credit report. And the reason they do that, and the system again is not in your favor, is that they look if you're making your payment on time. Are you paying minimum only? People, a lot of them, paycheck to paycheck, so they pay the minimum on their credit card. Well, the company sees that you've been paying minimum for 3 to 4 months. They know you're in trouble because you can't afford to get a credit card that is $400. If you don't use it again and pay minimum until it's paid off, will take you 5 years. Because payment is $10 and only $1.50 goes on it. So if it's 400, well, calculate the month and it will tell you how long it will take you. And that $400 will cost you like $1,600 by the time it's paid off.
So like 4 times as much as what you actually thought you were buying it for. And
that's why I'm saying it creates your lifestyle, because instead of having that money in your pocket and having a better lifestyle, you're paying interest to these companies.
Okay, so just everything that you do with money, everything that you buy, every payment that you've made, anything that you've let slide for whatever reason, all of it goes into figuring out your credit score.
Yes.
Right? And because of the way the credit industry works, an oops, and it really punishes you in terms of dropping your credit score. And the only way to get it back is to take the long, slow road of making sure all of your payments are being made and everything is being done on time and done, done properly, and your credit usage isn't too high, and all of those great kinds of things.
Yes, and the worst thing you can have on your credit report is a payday loan. You have that, the creditors know you do not have a budget. Because if you go there, you're desperate, you can't make ends meet, you're borrowing from Paul to pay Peter. So that really damages your credit score, and it stays on your report from the date you paid it off. So if you take 2 years before you pay it off, then I mean there's another 3 years on your report, and the creditors sees that. And if they see struggle, they know you're a risk, you go for a loan, you won't get the loan, but you're going to pay high interest rate.
So, okay, and actually just because you brought it up there, a lot of payday loans, I mean, what you're doing is you're saying, I don't get paid for another week, so lend me some money, and then when my paycheck comes in, I'll pay it back, right? That's the idea of a payday loan, right?
That's right.
So that means that next month I've got less money because I used some of the money from this month to pay my bill from the previous month. So I'm probably going to need to borrow more this week or this month for to cover my shortage.
People can't get out of it. Once they start going there, they fall behind every paycheck because they're spending what they don't have. So by the time they get their paycheck, there's, like you just said, there's less and less. So they got to borrow more. And at the end of the day, a payday loan is 255% return for those companies. So you can't,
255%?
by the end of the day, if you calculate the interest rate you're paying on it, that's what it costs you at the end of the day. And so getting out of it is almost impossible. We have a lot of clients. I've seen clients with tens of thousands of dollars of payday loans. And now you even see the advertising. You can get $10,000. Well, if you get that 10,000, you'll be happy that day, but then you're going to be paying for the rest of your life because getting out of that loan is almost impossible.
Wow, 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 wow. All right, well, there you have it. I mean, stay on top, find out what your credit score is and why, and stay on top of it. It's kind of like you brush your teeth every day, just work on your credit score as well.
That's right.
All right, so it sounds to me like we need to take in another one of our Frank Talks here, we're going to need to take a look at this whole credit industry because I think there's a lot of stuff going on there that most people simply don't know exists. So let us do that on another time because we've sort of run out of time on this show. So thank you very much for all this information, Gilbert. It's kind of terrifying, but I guess it's best to know about these things so you can do something about it.
Yes, and the main thing is people are not informed about their rights and all that, and they don't have time. Life is fast, and they just keep going until they need it. Then they realize that they're in a jam. So, and then they don't care about the interest; they just want it, plain and simple. So,
and of course, to our viewers here, that we are Debt Masters is here for these people. If you've got payday loans, if you've gotten behind and your credit score is so low that it's really affecting your ability to get money to buy things, we're here to help. That's the whole point behind Debt Masters. And Debt Masters started in 2004. To this date, we have reduced people's personal debt by over $300 million. And that number is growing on a daily basis. So if you're having trouble, if you just want to find out what you can do and how you can get out from underneath this cloud of bad debt, give debtmasters.ca a call. We've got a link below here. And what this link is for is to give you an assessment of where you stand and what your options are to move forward from here. So you'll be talking to Gilbert or one of our other professional certified consultants, and they will steer you straight. And at least, even if you got good credit, now you can rest easy knowing that you are in good shape. And if you're not, let's get you back on the path to financial freedom. So Gilbert, thank you so much for this. This has been a great show, as always.
Yes, thank you, Bob.
And for your viewer, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you all again next week on our next issue of Frank Talk with Gilbert. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.